Hey there, this is just a quick gardening video about using shredded paper. So my wife and I, as it turns out, we end up, over time, we don't have a ton of shredded documents that we from home, but I tell you, they do add up, and even a small amount of documents that you shred, whether it's old medical records or credit card things or old, things that you're getting rid of after old tax years have passed and things. It does generate an awful lot of shredded paper. And where we are, it's sort of a pain in the neck to put this stuff out in the paper recycling because you'd have to put it into paper bags, and frankly, we just don't have enough paper bags, and even in trying to transfer it, which I've tried, you end up with shredded paper all over the place. So here, what I have been doing is adding it to my compost heap. So I have a compost heap made largely of leaves, and then I add kitchen scraps and things like that. Theoretically, grass clippings and things could go in here, although usually I have those go right back into the lawn. But anyway, so the question is, what other uses for the garden can people come up with for shredded paper? And I've looked into this, and most places will say that shredded paper, it's mostly all carbon, and the print on the ink nowadays is really not a problem for gardening, from whatever they make it, soy-based ink, or I don't know what the heck is in the ink. But supposedly most sites say it's not a problem. If you have thoughts on that one way or the other, please let me know. In the meantime, I guess I'm wondering, are there any other uses? One use that I have thought of is whether you could use this shredded paper almost as a mulch at the bottom of your plants within the garden. With mulching, as we all know, helps to prevent moisture or water loss from the soil and keep out weeds and those kinds of uses. And I guess I'm wondering, would shredded paper be good for a mulch? The only reason I haven't tried it so far is that I kind of wonder if, just as the wind blows along, whether I'll end up, just with bits of shredded paper, all over my lawn and my neighbor's driveway and all of that kind of thing, and that would not be, a good thing. So if people have ideas, I guess, if you were having a parade, you could, use your shredded paper for a ticker tape parade or something, but I'm trying to think of uses that are not polluting, and rather that are using the shredded paper back into the soil or back into use for something that's good for the environment or good for us. Typically what I do with this, I usually don't pile it on quite this thickly, but I just had a couple of big batches today. But usually, what I do is I throw on a little, and then I, kind of, I'm trying to use this pickaxe one-handed here, but I usually will, throw a few pickaxe throws through there and mix it around with the, composting stuff here, leaves and other kitchen scraps and such. I find if I just leave it all with the white, with this shredded paper, this white stuff up on top, once it rains, it gets into this sort of very thick, matted stuff that, to me, seems not quite what I'm trying to accomplish here. So anyway, that's quick video, mainly asking people for ideas. Do you use shredded paper? If so, what do you use it for specifically, or for our purposes around the garden? And I'd appreciate any thoughts that you have. All right, thanks, and happy gardening.